Hi everyone, it's Mrs. Apton again. We're going to look again at two-step word problems. So, if we are looking at a word problem such as the one in front of you, we're going to be looking what two pieces of information do we need to find out before we can solve this. So, our problem states a female bunny gained 1 pound per week for 6 weeks. Don't forget to go ahead and circle numbers that you see. A male bunny gained 2 pounds per week for 6 weeks. How many more pounds did the male bunny gain than the female bunny? So, what we need to find out first are two pieces of missing information. So we need to first start with how much total did the female bunny gain. And we need to find how much total did the male bunny gain. It told us the female bunny gained 1 pound per week times 6 weeks, and the male bunny gained 2 pounds per week for 6 weeks. So those two pieces of information are going to be our step 1. So I like to label everything, it makes it easier for me. So female, step 1, finding out those totals. Female was 1 pound per week for 6 weeks. So they gained a total of 6 pounds. Now, males, they gained 2 pounds per week for 6 weeks, which gives us a total of 12 pounds. So now we've found these two pieces of missing information. That's where we need to go back to our question and find out what are they asking for the total, because they're not asking us how much did they gain. They're asking us how many more pounds did the male bunny gain than the female bunny. So to do that, we have to use our subtraction. So male equals 12 pounds and female is 6 pounds. So we're going to subtract, and when you subtract, that gives us a total of 6 pounds. So our solution, we're going to write out male bunny gained 6 more pounds So you have to start by finding out what two pieces of information you need first in order to ultimately answer your question. We can't just do 2 minus 1 or 6 minus 6. Even though those are our numbers and we know to subtract, there has to be that first step where we have to figure out what their total was. Let's try another one together. Comoria found 7 frogs on Monday. Again, I'm going to circle my numbers. And 8 frogs on Tuesday by the pond near her house. Each frog, that's a clue word, had 5 warts. How many more warts did the frogs have on Tuesday than on Monday? So our two pieces of information that we're missing is how many warts on frogs on Monday total, and how many warts on frogs on Tuesday total. So we have to figure those things out first before we can answer our question. So we're going to take those two pieces of information and we're going to solve those in step 1. So it says on Monday, again, labeling and keeping it organized is going to help on this. She found 7 frogs. Now it says each frog had 5 words. We know that the word each is a clue word for multiplication. So 7 times 5 words on each frog. 7 frogs, each with 5 words, which gives us a total of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 words on Monday. Now on Tuesday, she found 8 frogs. And again, each frog had 5 words, so we do times 5. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. We had 40 words. Okay, but that's not what our question is asking us. Our question is asking us, how many words did the frogs have on Tuesday than on Monday? So we're going to take our Tuesday total, which was 40 words, minus our Monday total, which was 35 words. And we're going to subtract, which gives us 5 words. So the frogs on Tuesday had 5 more words. There are 5 more words. So again, we can't just assume we're just going to subtract the numbers that we've circled, because we have 3 numbers circled, and if we take 8 minus 7, that's 1, or 8 minus 5, that's 3, and that's totally different than the answer that we got. So you have to pay attention to what do you need to find out first. What do you need to find out first before you do your last step? So what you're going to be doing by yourself is you're going to be doing this problem. You're going to need to fill out what's missing, and then you're going to need to show your work for the first step. So remember, the first step is from here and here, and you're going to need to do the second step. So pay attention to the question, and then you need to write your solution in a full sentence. And then you are going to do these 2. They're just a little bit shortened. They just give you step number 1, step number 2. So we cut out the first boxes and solution. So you need to do that for both of these. Your first step and your second step and your solution.